Hey, it's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success, where we provide knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life and ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future. And I am so excited about my message for you today. One of my dearest friends of over 2 decades is a fabulous woman named Mary Pat Knight. She's a corporate trainer and a coach and a professional speaker and an author and founder of the company Leaders Inspired. Well, she writes absolutely brilliant blogs. Actually, her last one I loved. I loved even the title of it. It was, "Oh, excuse me, did I bump into your comfort zone?" I mean, how brilliant is that? Anyway, her blogs are deep and useful and life transforming. And the one I got about leadership, I said to myself, this is going to be one of my Success Saturdays. If you want more from her, which trust me, you do, I put a link under the video. So the title of the blog I want to talk about today is The Art of Direct and Kind Leadership Communication, the art of direct and kind leadership communication, balancing clarity and compassion for effective team development. It's a long title. And I memorized it. Now, remember, she's a corporate coach. She's talking about team development, but this is just not about communication with your team at work. I used her formula to give feedback to the gardener, and the results were beyond profound. I also said to my friends the other day, I just figured out how to give feedback to our adult children so they actually hear us. So here's what Mary Pat says, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to try and improve on perfect. I will just add a few comments of my own sprinkled in, but also I'm going to add some comments of my own at the end. But for now, just sit back and relax and let us enjoy. So here's what she says. Let's talk about feedback. Feedback is crucial to get right. Feedback is a pivotal aspect of effective communication, leadership, and team development. Understanding the difference between criticism and feedback is vital. Criticism attacks, often targeting someone and masquerading as an effort to ensure their safety. Think of critical parents. So, first, look out for absolute statements like "you always," or "you never," or "you should," because these are red flags signaling that you're going into criticism. Criticism stems from fear, from ego, and from opinion. Criticism disregards feelings. It disregards desires, and it disregards effective communication. Criticism also imposes character judgments or assumptions about choices that somebody has made. So let's be clear, criticism is not feedback. Feedback aims to improve, focusing on behavior rather than personality. Feedback is a dialogue. It's not a lecture. It steers clear of judgment or assumption. It guides people towards actions and new perspectives that will help them have more successful outcomes. Effective feedback is about course correction and learning. It's about reframing mistakes as opportunities for growth. And this shift builds trust and enhances overall team performance. When delivering feedback, remember the acronym FDNK. FDNK, because it translates to 4 magic words. And here is the way to give feedback. Drum roll, please. F, number 1, stands for factual. Stick to the facts and observable behavior to show what can shift or change. Your opinion does not count. Sorry. Number 2 is D, and D is for direct. In uncomfortable situations, people might tiptoe around the issue. A leader's duty is to communicate clearly and directly, ensuring that the other person understands the situation. So no tiptoeing. Direct. Number 3, but N is for neutral. I love this one. She says, clean your filter before offering feedback. Your filter is made up of your perceptions, your biases, your judgments, your prejudices. If you don't clean your filter and come from a neutral place, then your feedback will most likely inadvertently become criticism. And finally, number 4, K. K is kind. Even in moments of frustration or discomfort, remain kind. Mistakes, even willful ones, don't warrant eruptions or criticism. Don't you just like, this is my commentary, think about this in terms of your relationship with your partner or your parents or your kids? So valuable. Tough feedback can be delivered with kindness, which then fosters trust and receptivity. Remember, feedback is relational. When feedback is given in a supportive, fair, and collaborative manner, the likelihood of triggering negative emotions and defensiveness decreases. Feedback is about supporting someone. It's about reinforcing helpful behavior and guiding them to change unhelpful behavior so that they can be more successful. It's not about defeating an opponent that's standing between you and your goal. So step into the power of effective communication with direct and kind feedback. Leadership and team development for a workplace that people can trust. And I will also add not only a workplace that people can trust, but friendships that people can trust and family units that people can trust. You know, I used to be afraid to give people feedback because I conflated it with criticism. I didn't stop to think about the distinction between feedback and criticism. And I know what happens when I'm critical, especially with my kids. But now that I know to use this formula, the facts, ma'am, only the facts, but not my commentary or my opinion on the facts. So direct communication, clearly, neutral, clean the filter of your biases and judgments and assumptions first, and be kind. And no matter what, there is no reason ever to not be kind. Anyway, she says a few other things, but I just want to say, I'm now kind of looking forward to facing the types of situations where feedback is needed instead of running away from them. So, how about you? And I'm going to add my own thoughts about leadership and the difference between criticism and feedback. Again, leaders are kind. They can disagree with you or disagree with what you're doing, but leaders don't call people names. They don't belittle you. They don't belittle people's physical or neurological differences. They care about people, even as it says in the Bible, the least of us. Leaders don't feel the need to exaggerate the truth to elevate themselves. Leaders let other people shine. They're humble. Leaders are honest. They can be direct, as we just learned, but leaders are direct to bring out the best in us. And leaders make mistakes. And when they do, they own their mistakes. And they don't make excuses or blame or make it somebody else's fault. And leaders give their best. They always give their best. So let's be inspired leaders like my friend Mary Pat calls her company and give feedback and not criticism, and be true leaders like the current president of the United States of America, exemplifying this all so beautifully in his speech at the Democratic Convention, where he said, yes, I made a lot of mistakes, but America, for over 50 years, I gave you my best. Have a great week.